You're watching a special edition of Arirang News. We're tuning in live right now as South Korea's President-elect Yoon Suk-yeol gets ready to address members of the public at the National Assembly in Western Seoul. Let's cross over right now.
자랑스러운 국민 여러분, 고맙습니다. 다시 한번 진심으로 감사드립니다.
Thank you very much once again.
벅찬 마음과
I stand here feeling a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and I am standing here before you as the 20th President-elect of the Republic of Korea. And after my serving in the public sector, I have received a lot of support from the public, and today's victory was possible thanks to your support. And this was all possible thanks to your support for myself, who is a newbie in politics. I had a lot of difficulties and challenges, and at that specific moments, I asked myself, what is really for the public and why am I called upon the public? And going forward, I will only have trust in the public, and I will be serving the rules of the public as well. And also, I will always remember that I need to highlight the power of justice, and I will also note that if I succumb to the authoritative power, our people will eventually see death. And going forward, I will also remember my very beliefs and thoughts, and I will be faithful and hopeful. And this is what has made me to stand before you today. Before I ponder upon what justice is, I will make sure that I will make my pledge so that all of you can feel what justice is in your daily lives. I will be fostering and enabling also unity going forward, and we will never stand divided. And I believe that this is a strong appeal from the public. And I have also been called upon by the public to make a nation full of hope. And these beliefs and these thoughts of the public will never be forgotten. Not for the politics, but I will be serving only for the interest of the people and interest of the nation. And if I stand by this belief, I believe that we will also see no eternity in a divided Korea with the liberals and the conservatives. I will have trust in myself and go forward. Right now, we have to deal with the fourth industrial revolution as well as overcoming the COVID-19 pandemic. And right now, we are also going through a bipolarization as well as a low growth in our economic sectors. And this is a very grand challenge that stands before us. The Yoon administration going forward, we will be fostering upon the liberal democracy and also market economy, and we will be overcoming these challenges to make an era of unity and prosperity. And in liberal democracy, if there are any aspects that threaten liberal democracy, I will stay away from these. And I will be only based on the common sense and the public's common sense in order to carry out my state affairs. To this end, I will be ensuring every one of you an equal opportunity, and I will also make sure to make a dynamic Korea where our values of labor are also respected, and I will make sure that people who work will be well off at the end. We will not be focusing on government-oriented economy, but our shift will be focusing on the economy of the people, and we will make sure to also have a large number of the middle class going forward. And we believe that warm welfare is a necessity when we need to carry out further growth. And we believe that we need to have such a vicious circle of a warm welfare and economic growth. And to this end, I will be providing immense support for our high-tech industry so that we can become a leader and a pioneer in the global science and technology fields. And I will make sure that our economy is back in the trajectory of growth going forward. And as of this result, the results of this economic growth will be able to benefit the vulnerable class. And I will also make sure that not a single member of the public is left alone or isolated. The digital platform government will be established, and I will be making sure that our electronic decision-making processes will be made in a rational and scientific manner. And between the government and the people, we will have two-way communication, and in order to facilitate this, we will be making a development and advancement in the digital democracy, and moreover, I will make sure to have an individual tailored welfare. Due to COVID-19, there are many people, especially the owners of the micro businesses and also those working in the SMEs. They are also going through very much difficulties and standing on the edge of the brink. To these people, I will be providing enough financial support so that they can stand back on their feet. And going forward, I will be prepared to have an institutional reform so that we can prepare ourselves for another pandemic going forward. And as for corruption that threatens democracy, I will be having judge and a strict judgment for this, and I will be respecting the rule of law spirit, and I will be abiding by these principles going forward. Above all, the lives of the public and the safety of the public will be put as priority. I will be making sure that I will make a safe Republic of Korea. Members of the Korean public, we are currently living under increased threats of the North Korean nuclear program, as well as the continued competition and the race between the U.S. and China. And against this backdrop, we have a lot of responsibilities upon us. And in order to secure the safety of the people, the asset of the people, and the territory of the people, I will be making sure that we will have a strong defense capabilities to protect ourselves against any threat. And to the irrational actions that are taken by North Korea, I will be having no toleration. However, at the same time, I will be opening the doors for dialogue between the two Koreas. I will be having proud diplomacy, and also based on this, I will be contributing to the global security, global peace, as well as global democracy. We will be making sure that we restore the alliance with the United States, and also the values of human rights, democracy, as well as peace will be also supported and endorsed, and we will be expanding the scope of our strategic cooperation with the U.S. And with China, I will be making a future-oriented Seoul-Beijing relationship. And based on regions, I will be making a network between these regions so that I can intensify our capabilities when it comes to security and also democracy. And I will make sure that the Republic of Korea plays a very important and vital role in the global arena and be a nation that can be respected. Members of the public, I will be highlighting and putting forth the interest of the people, and this can not only be possible
의회와
thanks to the
소통하고
politicians'
야당과
efforts and the efforts of the ruling party or the president. I will be making sure that we have cooperation and collaboration with the opposition parties. And I will communicate candidly with the members of the public as well. I would not be hiding behind the backs of my aides. Rather, I will be apologizing for the wrong deeds, and I will be asking for your consideration and understanding if there are wrong deeds. Members of the Korean public, today, even as I stand before you here, I want to highlight the values of common sense as well as equity, and I would also like to highlight the spirit of the Constitution and the rule of law. In order to make a freer Republic of Korea and a fairer Republic of Korea, and a country where our children are happy and where our youth can have dreams, I want to make such a nation together with the people of the Republic of Korea. The Yoon government will be sharing the burden and the pain of the people, and if our government cannot live up to your standards, please also condemn us as well. I will always remember my initial stages, spirits, and I will only focus my eyes on the people of the Republic of Korea. I will always stand by your side, and I will always highlight the value of honesty with the people, and I will be an honest president before you. Thank you very much.
예, 고생하셨습니다. 다음은 출입 기자단 질의응답 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다. 시간
Next,
관계상
we will have a Q&A session. Please give him a big hand of applause first.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
시간 관계상
Well, due to time
질문을
constraints, we
받아야
cannot
하나 제약이
take
있습니다.
many
다섯 개
questions.
정도
We
하도록
will be
하겠습니다.
taking about 5 questions
질문을 하실
as time
기자분들께서는
allows. If you have any
손을
questions,
들어서
please
의사
raise
표현을
your
해주시고요.
hands.
제가 지명을 하면
And I will
소속과
name you. Please
성명을
give
밝힌
your
뒤에
name and
마이크로
affiliate,
대답해 주시면
and
감사하겠습니다.
also speak through the microphone. And here we have Kim Gi-jung, reporter Kim Gi-jung. I will give you your first chance.
안녕하십니까. 저 중앙일보 김기정 기자라고 합니다.
I am Kim
먼저
Gi-jung from
저기
Chungang
당선인
Daily. First of
당선을
all,
축하드립니다.
thank you. I would like to congratulate
먼저 좀
you on
질문드리고
the
싶은
election.
부분이
First of all, my
어제
question
호남
is
투표율을
about
보면은 이제 조금
the voting
당에서 좀
votes
기대했던
from
기대치를
the
미치는
Honam
부분이
area,
있는 걸로 알고
and I
있는데
believe that this has
이제
not
어떻게 보면
come up to the
국민통합 또
standard that
지역통합이
the
이제
party
좀
is
시대적 그리고 이제
looking
국정
at.
과제도
And I
중요하게
believe that
생각합니다.
regional
그래서
balance and the regional unity is a very important aspect for the party. And regarding this regional unity, what is your vision and what are your philosophies? And my second question is as follows.
선거 과정에서 이제 공약들도
During
많이
this
하시고 이제
course
예를
of
들어서
campaigning, you have
많으신데
given a lot of
이게
pledges.
어쨌든 입법이 전제돼야 되는
And
부분이
however,
많지
many
않습니까?
of these pledges need to have
상황이
legislations.
여-
But right
이제
now,
여소야대
in the
압도적
National
과반을
Assembly,
차지하고 있는 상황에서
we have a majority of the Democratic
어떻게 보면
Party.
아까도
And
정치인들이
looking at
좀
this
많이 하셨는데
reality,
정치가
you
가장
have
우선해야 될
highlighted the
텐데
importance of
야당과의
cooperation
야당과의
with
관계에서
opposition
어떻게
parties, of
나가실지
course. But how will you be navigating through this large opposition party going forward?
국민통합과 이
The issue of a people unity and the regional unity are something that we need to solve going forward. And the solution to tackle this is as follows. All of the regions need to be given a chance to be developed and to be developed in an equal manner. And myself, right now, the presidential election has come to an end.
결과에 대해서
And as for the results of the election, there is no need for me to look back. But right now is the time for me to look at the future that I will be walking together with the members of the public. And in a democratic society, I believe that having a large opposition party is a very natural phenomenon. Moreover, we have the three branches of power, and when it comes to this, and when any party takes office, I believe that another party could have the leading position in the legislative branch, and I believe that this is very natural. And to this end, I see that the Republic of Korea will be given a chance where we can see more mature politics going forward. And one more was about the legislations, but I think this has been mentioned. Well, for the people and for the interest of the country, I believe that these are what everything is about. And whether it be ruling or opposition parties, we need to also remember and highlight the importance of the public. And I have great trust in the members of the parliament.
가운데 그럼 아주경제 김슬기.
And from Aju Economic Daily, Kim Sil-gi.
네, 아주경제 김슬기입니다.
I'm Kim Sil-gi from Aju Economic Daily. First of all, congratulate you on the election. And in the address, you have highlighted the value of people communicating with the people, and how will you carry out this? For instance, how often would you meet with the journalists? And for instance, under the Moon administration, we had the website where they had a special channel for communicating with the public. So how will you be communicating with the public? When it comes to the members of the press, I will be having regular press conferences and frequently. Can you give him a big hand of applause? I will be standing before the press frequently, and please give me questions. Please give me very high quality questions.
답변되셨습니까?
Thank you very much. Did that answer your question?
일단 뭐 정부를
First of all,
우리 지금 대한민국 정부가 오래전부터
right now, the Korean government, since a long time ago, we have been seeking digitalization, and we will be making a one platform so that we have two-way communication. And I believe that this goes beyond the issue of a simple communication, but I believe that the public services given by the government and also the wills of the people need to be going hand in hand, and especially we need to have a two-way communication in these two areas. And I also believe that this is when we can endorse the wills of the people and also increase the efficacy of our public services and administration. I believe this is the future direction of our government's administration. And as the president of this country, I will be communicating with the public through the press. I believe that this is the only way. I will stand before you as many times as possible. And next, Chung Joo-hee, you have been raising your hands multiple times. I'm from Yonhap News TV. Well, congratulate you on the election. Right now, we will see the transition committee to be set up very soon. And this morning, you have named the lawmaker Chung Jae-won as the secretary. The senior secretary, and An Chul-soo as the head of the transition committee. And will this transition committee, how will you compose your transition committee going forward? Right now, I did not have a chance to think about the transition committee as of yet. So as soon as possible, I will be devising my plan, and I will be laying out this plan as soon as possible so that all of you could be relieved. And as for my transition committee, we will be supporting the transition committee for the next 2 months or so. And this will be a very efficient one, and one that is not too big. And I will be devising this group as soon as possible. And we will also devise other groups that support the transition committee. And also we will have a group where we verify and go over the appointment of the people. And I believe that people actually prepare for this during the course of the campaigning. However, I did not have a chance to do that, but I will also vow to make this as soon as possible, swiftly. And Mr. Lee Dong-han. I'm Idong-han from Yonhap News. Congratulate you on the election. And now you have been handed over the Korean government as a person who have started off under the Moon administration. And how will you be devising this country going forward? And during the campaigning, election campaigning, you have been mentioning about ETM Daejangdong scandal, and how will you be reacting to this going forward? And even this morning, I have had a phone call from President Moon Jae-in. He congratulated me on the election. And right now, what I need to think about is what I need to do to benefit the people. This is the only thing that I need to think about. And right now, the current government, I need to also have great collaboration so that I do not inflict any inconveniences to the people. And I need to make a great transition committee and also make this very smooth transition of the administration. And as for areas and the task that we need to hand over will be carried out going forward. And as for the areas that need to be changed and transformed, we will be taking bold reforms and bold transitions. And as for Daejangdong scandal, I think this is something that we should avoid today. I mentioned this multiple times, but all of these issues will be carried out under our system in a very systematic manner. And we also have many foreign press. We will invite one of the foreign press to give a question. We have also from the Asahi newspaper. Good morning. I am from Japan's Asahi newspaper. I will congratulate you on the election. And I have a question on the Korea-Japan relations. How will you be tackling this going forward? Can you be elaborating in detail? And with the Prime Minister of Japan, what kind of relationship do you want to build with him going forward? I think it's the same with Korea's relations with all of the other countries. But when it comes to the relationship with Japan, we need to be future-oriented. We need to think about not about the past, but about the future, so that we can think about what can benefit our people, the people of the two countries. And it is very important for us to take this direction going forward. And I want to mention that we need to take a future-oriented path. We need to build cooperation that is future-oriented, and in this process, as for our past, if there are areas that we need to verify or to seek the truth, or we need to resolve, we need to muster our strength, and this is something that we need to do. So what is utmost importance is that we need to think about the joint future of the two countries. That is, we need to think about the future generations of Korea and Japan, and what kind of aspects and the directions that our future generations must seek, and these should be the focus of our bilateral relationship. And reporter Iguna. I'm from Seoul newspaper, Iguna. First of all, congratulate you on the election. And I believe that the election result was a very tight race, and the margin was very close. And I believe that there have been some critics who have seen that the gender issue played a big role. And what do you think was the reason of this tight race and the close margin between the two contestants, and how will you be realizing and materializing unity going forward? And as for the election results, I looked at the results and I forgot about it.
저는 젠더
And when it comes to gender, I have never divided the country or the society with a gender. But I wanted to highlight the issues of the two different genders, female and male. And it is not about what is equal, but our system and our legislations have been built up to a certain extent. So when it comes to individual inequities, these specific tasks and matters, I want to highlight that the nation needs to tackle this. The nation needs to protect these areas, and this has been an unwavering belief of myself. And during the course of the election campaigning, I think that this has become a subject of criticism or also subject of misunderstanding. But there is no splitting or the dividing of the two genders. But I believe that by highlighting both of the genders is the way to further protect females. And this has been my belief. And we have received 5 questions right now, and maybe one more from Yang Bum-soon. And I am Yang Bum-soo from Chosun Biz. I would like to congratulate you on your election. I have a question about your entire life. And you have said during your campaign, you said that you will be eradicating the business operating hours or restrictions. Do you have a specific roadmap? Starting from now, I will make sure that we have a full compensation for the micro business owners and the SMEs that have been inflicted with great economic damages due to COVID-19. And as for the confirmed cases, the patients of COVID-19, I will make sure that they will be receiving great treatment. So I will be pondering upon these issues with my transition committee. And in relation to the COVID-19, all of these issues ranging from economy, antivirus measures, and also social measures, and welfare and medical, I would be entailing this inside my transition committee. Maybe a very last question, maybe 정답인. This has been mentioned earlier. We will be seeing a large opposition, and under this opposition party, that is, and you have merged the party with Mr. An Cheol-soo. What role will he play going forward? First of all, we will be achieving a swift merger of the parties. This is of utmost importance. And when it comes to Representative An Cheol-soo, there is a very crucial role that he will play in the government and in the party. So he will play a big role. No specific details have been decided yet. With this, we would like to conclude this session because he has further schedules. Can you please present your name and affiliation? Can you give her a microphone? I am from 동아일보. You have talked with Mr. Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. What did you talk with him? And what did you talk about with President Moon Jae-in? With President Moon Jae-in and President Joe Biden, of course, I cannot reveal all of the details right now. I received a congratulatory message from the two presidents, and President Moon asked me to have an efficient transition and the handover of the government. He said that he would spare no efforts to achieve this. And President Biden, he said that after inauguration, he wanted to meet with me as soon as possible so that we can discuss measures to further elevate the bilateral relations between the ROK and the U.S. So these were some messages that I received from these two presidents.
또 다음 일정도 있으시고
Because he has
또
further
또
schedules,
다음
we
기회가
would like
있으니까
to
오늘은 요
finish
정도에서
our
마무리해
session
주시는 거 이해해
here.
주시길
Please,
부탁드리겠습니다.
I ask for your
모두
understanding.
고생하셨습니다.
Thank you very
감사합니다.
much for your
고맙습니다.
time. Thank you very much once
감사합니다.
again. Thank you.
우리 기자 여러분 앞으로 많이 도와주십시오.
Well, this is where we wrap up our live coverage of South Korean President-elect Yoon Suk-yeol's address to Korean citizens. We'll have more updates for you on this election and other stories making headlines in our midday newscast. Do tune in then. Goodbye.